Central, myself, Rico, and Megan making money, but today's episode is presented by Omaha Steaks. Spring is in the air, and that can only mean one thing: spring grilling with 50% off site-wide. Grab all your favorites like the perfectly aged, tender steaks, ocean fresh seafood, juicy burgers, incredible air grilled chicken. When you go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code PICKS at checkout, you'll get an additional $30 off your order. It's a perfect way to get fired up and spring into something special. The air in New York is definitely becoming grilling weather. It's fucking like 60 today, so that's big for us. It's been freezing for so long, so go get your Omaha Steaks. It's ready to ship your order right away, and you're going to want to hurry because 50% off site-wide is only happening for a limited time, so don't miss your chance to save. Visit omahasteaks.com, use code PICKS at checkout, and get an additional $30 off when you shop their semi-annual sale today. Minimum order may be required. All right.
That steak looked fantastic yesterday.
It really was so good.
Or the day before, Monday?
Yeah, I feel like we should just all have steak. When they're the presenting sponsor, we should just have a steak every day for everybody.
Every day. And this pops.
All right, so
lavender worked for you.
What do you think, Megan?
I was just about to say, you look fantastic.
Well, you know, it's gonna be if you got to pick. I know you're doing stuff.
I just talked to the team. I just gave them motivation because I willed the football team to a championship, so they hired me as a motivational speaker. There's nothing more than that.
Are you a little nervous that you will them to you give them something and they just lose the first game?
It wouldn't be the first game.
No, the first game that after you do it.
They hired me as a motivational speaker.
I love it. I love that, Bosco. That's you. You also, anyone that talks to you will suck their dick till even if they murder people. So you will do it. I love that.
Educating people. Their coach has been an assistant for 18 years. Keontae Johnson almost died on the court. Marquise Noel won offer.
What about
lots to root for?
What do you have to say about your team's assistant, your best friend, leaving for a head coaching job during the Sweet 16?
You be an assistant so you can get a head job.
I agree. I'm actually with you.
That's how it's been. It's not like he's leaving right now. They're not making him pack their bags. Still trying to win a national championship.
Where's he going?
Arkansas State.
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully Arkansas plays Arkansas State. That'd be a hell of a fucking game.
Arkansas would beat the shit out of them.
Hell of a game.
I hope Arkansas wins the national championship so you can't have anything. Let's do a little cleanup here first. Megan, I actually want
We lost to Japan.
I want your opinion because you're a girl, and there's a lot of girls fighting in the office. And you don't have to say anything if you don't want. I know people don't want to get involved because I for sure don't. But did you have any sayings of being a girl?
I will say that I respect Keegs for just being super blunt and honest. I also respect Alex and Jordan for like putting hours in every day and, doing a pod and, it's tough to sometimes have chemistry with someone. So the fact that they have that is awesome. But I do say, it's just, so I think some of us here take a lot more heat, especially the gamblers. And like, I feel like there's just a lot that goes into it. And, I'm just happy that Keegs was able to say what she wanted to say, and they're also not quitting what they're doing just because they now know that a lot of people don't really enjoy it, I guess.
Yeah, she had a response. Jordan had a response today of like, there's a lot of hate on the internet. There shouldn't be hate in the office as well. And my response is, I got to be honest. Don't feel bad for anyone getting hate by the people in the office. So everyone, that's what Barstool is though. What has happened, people are allowed to have their opinions and it's very public and you do it and you fight with each other. I think Kelly's blog was funny. I think that everyone has a right to defend themselves. I don't really care about it all, but let me tell you something, nice to not be involved. That's always the best part.
I think that's my thing too, is like, I literally as far away from it as physically possible.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
Rico, what do you think about people being mean to each other in the office?
It comes with the territory. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. I've been in the kitchen my whole career. I've never once ran away from a boiling pot, a hot stove, some oil spilling on my face. I got it all.
No, you've always stood right in
Stay
there.
right in there.
That's a fact.
I
Definitely.
I don't know if there's two people that have taken more heat than you two, right?
No, yeah.
So I think this is like a perfect opportunity just for everyone to see, what can rise from the ashes.
Let me tell you something. It's really, really hard for me to feel bad for anyone in here anymore. So I'm not going to take anyone's, no, I know who reached out. I know who didn't reach out. I don't really feel bad for people being mean to each other in the office because people are mean to each other in the office. That's just what life is as well. But more cleanup. The 3-2, Mike Trout.
Oh my God.
Ohtani. I mean, that's just like.
It's gut-wrenching.
It really is. That's a story. That's literally a movie where it's like the two best players in the world face off against each other. That pitch that Ohtani finished off was a wiffle ball pitch. That was fucking insane. Did you watch it all, Rico?
Yeah, I watched it. I would have liked to win. I would have liked to win. That's really what it comes down to, but I'm not really broken up about it.
Oh, no, I'm not broken up. I could give a fuck that we lost.
If anyone's hurt by the USA not winning, I feel I get patriotism and all that, but come on, guys.
No.
Well, I think the
really upset.
The main takeaway, a ton of people will be like, hey, kind of sucks we lost, but nobody got hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody else got hurt, I should say.
Yeah, no one got hurt. I mean, the Angels can't be happy that Ohtani closed the game but if the Angels shut him down, shut him down, and says you're not allowed to close this game, they would be the most hated franchise of all time. So they know what they're only thing the Angels care about is people going to their games anyway. They don't care about building around the two best players in the world. The fact that those two are on the same team and they suck makes
ridiculous.
no sense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
They've been on the same team for how long now? 3 years?
No. Oh, yeah, Ohtani. Yeah. I think he was a COVID guy. Yeah, 3.
2 or 3 years, and they suck. And they're the two, by far, the best players in the world, and they still suck. That's how stupid the Angels are.
Do you think Mike Trout still likes to play baseball?
What?
Do you think Mike Trout still likes to play baseball? It doesn't feel like he does.
I don't know. I really don't know because he just doesn't. He doesn't do anything anymore.
He's the most impactful player ever. He's fantastic, no doubt about it.
He's one of the best baseball players we've ever seen.
Ever. But I need some more just something out of you, Mike. Just give me something.
Just crack a smile. Don't just root for the Eagles. Give me Trey Turner going nuts after a home run. Do that once. You don't have to be a. We're gonna pivot real fast. We have a guest coming on for about 5 to 10 minutes. We have the Fairleigh Dickinson University head of communications.
Yeah, director of athletic media relations.
Jordan Sarnoff. Can I don't want you to make this. I'm not being disrespectful. You're the cutest person I've ever met.
I was literally just.
I appreciate that. That's one of the nicest compliments I've ever received.
I want to hug you so bad.
This guy. Let me tell you something. I'm happy for you because I could just tell that you did. So give me a little story about it. Were you I'm a junior in college and I'm the director of communications for a D1 team? Were you what the fuck's going on? Or
I think where I had that moment was I had always been involved in the back end of sports and on the media side. I never really had that moment of maybe I don't belong or maybe what I'm doing is bigger than me. I saw the impact it had on our student athletes, on our department, and just what we're able to do for the university at large. But I think seeing all of the attention from this week, I made a joke that it's the worst kept secret in sports because it was for the longest time. This is my 3rd year with FDU, my 2nd with men's basketball. And seeing all of this now, it's kind of surreal. It really takes you back a little bit. And now that we've cleared a little bit of the chaos from just, Columbus having the greatest upset in the history of college basketball and all of the attention that comes with that, I think now I'm able to reflect back on what happened and just how insane the week has been.
Yeah, you have Dave Portnoy tweeting at you
that was fun.
That's just what is going on here? Probably who, what has happened? You've been doing this for 2 years now, you said?
Yeah, this is my third year.
Wait,
What is the story of how you got in? How did you get hot? Like, it was just they had a need, or their job was posted and you were like, yeah, I know I go to school here, but I'm qualified? Like, how
does that come about?
When I was applying to schools, I wanted to go to FDU because it was close. I'm from Fort Lee, so it's a 10, 12-minute ride. And I saw an opportunity to get involved. Obviously, everybody loves the lore of Autonomous 5 schools and what some people would call big-time college sports. But I'd make the argument that there is a place to make a genuine impact on people's lives and obviously lay the foundation for a successful career at a mid-major because of the opportunity it presents, being able to get involved. Now, I never thought in my wildest dreams that when I went to FDU, I would have the possibility to become the head SID. Major shout out to Brian Jackson, my predecessor. Like, he brought me in as a senior in high school doing replay review for basketball games. And then it turned into announcing softball.
Wait a second.
You'd love that.
So do you also hire the table staff?
Yes, I do.
Uh-oh.
I've heard this story.
No. I used to be. I used to be
do the book.
at FDU. Yeah, the clock, book, and Brian Jackson. Yeah, I remember that name. He was good. So yeah, maybe listen.
Let's just also. I need to tell you that
one of the best in the East Coast.
He did.
Did you raise the rate? What's the rate?
One sec. He did just have a little mishap where there was an offensive rebound. He said, "Oh, that's good. They got another 30."
Yeah, I said 30.
No, it's 20.
I know.
That's that's a little rusty.
20-second reset.
The words, I know. The words are one thing. My thumbs never miss. I was the only person in the country who did the clock, shot and game clock at the same time. What's the rate? Did they bump it up?
The rate bump it up?
Yeah.
We could have a conversation off air. See what'll get you to come out to Jersey. Tolls went up a little bit.
It's easy. Yeah, I know.
Tolls went up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I saw that you're going to the Final Four now too.
Yes, I am.
Which is what they reached out to you, being like, you can help with the communications for the Final Four.
Yeah, that was one of the more surreal things that happened. So I was still decompressing, comprehending just the incredible run. Because it's different for me. Like, this is not a career position for me. This is somebody, like, I go to class with these people. Like, they're friends. They're not just numbers, on a uniform.
Yep.
They're people that we talk about.
You're gonna make me cry.
He's gonna make me fucking cry.
Megan's had this look like she just wants to take him home.
I do. I can't. Like, he's accused.
Have a little SID office down in Louisiana.
Like, you really, this genuinely means something to you.
So there was a video that circulated that after we clinched, and then I'll answer your question. But when we clinched the AQ and we beat St. Francis U by 20 points, what that meant, I was the first person. Like, Tobin and I hugged. There was still probably 2 seconds on the clock, and Tobin, we basically jumped over the table and hugged each other. And like down the bench, they were off and they're like, "Oh my God, Jordan's crying right now." Like, it meant so much to me because of what that does for the school, especially when you see the state of mid-major athletics.
Yeah, I've been to the gym. I mean,
the Rothman Center's a gem. People don't talk about how gorgeous our ceiling is.
Right.
We have seriously.
I love this guy.
You're invited to come to a game anytime.
I want to come.
Please take me up on it.
Yes.
We have
I'll do the clock.
Other than Madison Square Garden, we have the most iconic ceiling in sports.
Can you lock us in? He can maybe do the clock, and I could be the mop guy.
We're always looking for game day help.
I'm game day help. I can mop guy.
I just want to sit behind you.
We lock us in. But yeah, so you're going. I mean, first of all, you're gonna make me fucking cry. But keep going.
So I received a message. Oh, there's the picture up there.
Good ceiling.
It is a good ceiling.
Good
Great
ceiling.
I got an email from Dave Warlock, who's in charge of all media and stats coordination for the NCAA. Big wig. And really, really, him and his team are just unbelievable. I mean, people don't realize on the back end how much they help SIDs. Major shout out to everyone in that office out in Indy. And he said, "Look, I know you're probably going to need a break, need to decompress, but we'd love to have you out, help out, meet people, see what we do." And I couldn't turn that down.
Oh yeah.
So my first call was to our softball coach. I apologize because we have their first home series of the weekend of the season, but it's an unbelievable opportunity. And usually I'm all about putting the department first, putting our student athletes first. But something for this, I really wanted to take it in and enjoy it.
Let me tell you something, Jordan. If you
and the shot right now behind Jordan's head is Barstool in a nutshell, like wholesome story and Glenny's interviews.
If you told me that you said, hey guys, Final Four can't make it. I got the softball. Softball's opening up this season. They would
have respected you for that. It would have been like, I was married to the game.
I had a conversation with our deputy AD. I talked to our AD. I talked to our marketing guy, our senior associate AD for external, and I was like, yeah, you should go.
You should probably go.
Go.
Dude, that's so. No joke, that's fucking amazing. Like, good for you.
Thank
you obviously worked hard for it, I could tell. And Fairleigh Dickinson means
that's Fairleigh Dickinson's lucky to have you.
Yeah, they're so lucky to have you because
I appreciate
most people don't care that much about their school, or especially when it's a smaller school like that where no one's talking about them. And it's crazy because, like, Fairleigh Dickinson, a lot of people are kind of talking shit, not talking shit because they were a 16 seed, but like saying, like, you guys lost to Merrimack, like it didn't matter, but they couldn't get in. And then all of a sudden, Tobin's saying they're going to beat Purdue, and then you just fucking beat Purdue.
Which, for the record, I will set the record straight. He did say, I don't want Purdue to hear this.
Yes.
That was said.
Yeah, but no matter what.
I mean, honestly, I absolutely love the man. I wish him all the best at Iona. Tobin's one of the best coaches I've ever worked with, which I feel like I've been doing this forever, even though it's been 3 short years already.
Yeah.
But he really had that belief, and I
How old are you?
I just turned 21.
You're just the cutest. I can't do this.
Hey,
I just put you in my pocket.
So what's the? You're a senior next year now.
I'll be a senior in the fall.
All right, so you don't have to worry about anything yet. Just worry about Fairleigh Dickinson.
Worry about the Knights, what we're doing at FDU, and it's funny that like now I'm here at Barstool. I was talking to Jake about this when he was showing me around. I was at the U.S. Women's National Team parade, and like this picture got out of me with Jilly Football and Kate, and like it was funny because I was wearing a polo and like khakis, and people were saying, "Oh my God, this 12-year-old looks like he's 50," yeah. And that was hysterical. And now like here we are, and it comes full circle.
I don't even know how to dress like you. I couldn't even get like that.
This sweater was a gift.
I love it.
I picked out the shirt.
I love every part of it.
Are you afraid that the portal's a big deal in college athletics? Are you afraid that you're going to be a hot name in the portal now?
That's true. You could be a hot name in the portal.
Why is Tobin not bringing you to Iona? I love that move. Like, I'll sign with you guys.
Iona's got a great team. Iona's got a great team. They're going to take really good care of them. And that staff's unbelievable. That's going with him. But I think for me, I have a purpose at FDU, whether or not that's my entire career or whether or not that's just 4 years of college. Like, I'm there to make an impact, and I hope I've been able to do that. And hopefully through this, on a personal note, I was able to show more people, like, hey, you can break through. You can be the youngest in the room. It's okay to be uncomfortable.
Are you? Oh, my God. Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm literally going to cry.
That makes me so happy because there's not many people like you anymore where it's like, oh, I deserve this. Like, you had no spotlight at all. Obviously, things got, like, luck has to happen.
I owe so much to that broadcast team because we had talked and they said, oh, well, we're going to give you a shot. For them to do what they did, it's just so impactful, especially like when you're considered colleagues. Like a lot of the guys here, too, who used to be SIDs and have worked in college sports, like you have colleagues at all of these networks, at all of these other institutions. You know, we all work together. We help each other. I've bailed people out, and they've bailed me out more times than I can count. So seeing them recognize that, that really hit home. Like, I was emotional. Like, people thought, like, I was smiling because I knew I was on TV. I was listening to the broadcast on a delay. That's what's in my headphones. I listen to the broadcast. So, like, once I finally realized what happened, the FAU SID was sitting to my left, and he hit me. He goes, hey, they just ran this picture on the broadcast. And I said, oh, my God.
That's like a dream because, like, I even, like, you seeing yourself in a NCAA tournament game, your face is on the camera. Like, it's not the players, it's you. It's got to be one of the most surreal feelings.
And that's where, like, the SID in me takes the step back and say, well, that's appreciated, but it's completely unnecessary because it's about them. Like, my whole thing behind it is like, I'm telling their story.
Take some fucking credit, Jordan.
Please.
I'm going to tell you, it might help that you look like you're 4 years old, and it was like a funny picture because I obviously, and it's funny.
I was 12 or 13 there. I had to dig deep into the camera roll.
Funny story, too. Like, I'm not a very good checker of my email. And Jordan has emailed me in February and March to get Tobin on, and I saw his name I saw your name on the broadcast, and I was like, for some reason that name makes like And then I looked, I'm like, I didn't answer this bastard. So
Wait,
I don't.
jump on the bandwagon now.
Oh yeah, I
Marty.
jumped on it,
Always
and I obviously I didn't see it. I'll be completely honest, but you're the fucking man, and
No, I
I'm happy
appreciate
for
that.
you. You deserve everything.
So
you're
what's
getting.
the end goal? Because like you said, you didn't want to be in. Do you want to be at FDU forever? This is a lifetime.
Honestly,
job?
like I'm not thinking about the future though. I'm trying to take it a day at a time, and I know that sounds like the most cliche answer, but there's so many things that go into this job. Like I handle social media, statistics, production,
table staff.
Game operations. There's so many things that you really have to find your niche of what you really enjoy doing, and I love all of it. Now, I'd love to stay in college sports, but I got to do this in high school. I started out volunteering with my local Little League in my Little League district, so maybe seeing what professional sports has to offer. I really don't know, but I'd love to stay on the path of doing this because I know a lot of people who say, like, don't get burned out. Like, you don't get burned out if you love it every second. Right. The long hours really don't bother me because it's all about...
This guy is unbelievable.
No,
Someone get Alex Bennett on the line. We need to get him a job. We go ahead. If you want
Yeah,
to
we
professional
the
sports
owner
like, we
the
got- we're
owners
getting
of the
that job.
Thunder work here, so we can put you in touch. No, but seriously,
You said
in
Little
this-
League. Hold on.
oh god.
You familiar with like how they do their umpiring process?
Rico, you are too much.
I'm just asking a question. It's not good.
It's
Basically,
well,
like-
it's a volunteer-based organization. It's a very noble
100%,
thing. to be a Little League
100%.
umpire.
Atta boys.
You know how much that TV deal was worth?
No, I'm not privy to that.
$60 million. And the new one was so big they didn't publicize it. So they definitely can afford to pay the umps at Williamsport.
Honestly, though,
They're
I
looking
think
for the money
think
at the
it's-
camps. I know you're like an innocent angel.
No, I'm not.
I'm showing you a little bit of the
No,
dark
I
side.
know. I know you're showing me a little bit of the dark side, but the only thing I'd say to that, no, I'm not involved with any Little League affiliate organization anymore, other than helping do camps and clinics with FDU. But I would say that maybe they're putting that towards grants to help training and development, and
Yeah,
maybe they're doing some things with like facilities and lighting upgrades. But you never know.
Maybe. It's not fair to the kids you got a strike called 4 feet wide. I think we could both compromise there.
You know what? I want to take this for a second of Jordan. Like, no joke, good for you, because there's
He's a genuine guy.
not a lot of
Yeah.
people anymore that in this day of age with like social media, everyone thinks they deserve the most of everything without and then like being loud about it. You did your job. You didn't expect anything of it. You were just appreciative of a opportunity of let's face it, Fairleigh Dickinson. Not many people are talking about them. And you could have tried to go to these big schools, but you're like, you know what? I'm going to make an impact here where I know you're getting more access to a school like that because they don't have a lot of help. And you found an opportunity where a lot of people don't work hard anymore to find that opportunity. And you did. And I'm happy for you to go to the Final Four. Like, seriously, that's amazing. And it makes me feel like, all right, let's there's some good people still doing some stuff. So that's good.
There's a lot of great people doing this, and I'm really fortunate enough that my story was told. And look, I'm traveling. So tomorrow we're going to introduce Jack Castleberry as our new head coach. And then
You already hired a guy?
yes, we promoted from within.
All right.
And
Yeah. I like that too.
and
Yeah, that's good.
and after that, I'm actually going to travel with our compliance person. I'm going to go to the bowling conference championship, where the regular season champions are the #1 seed. So then I'll leave on Wednesday to go to Houston.
We're the one seed in the bowling
So it's-
championship.
Nice.
It's right back to work. No, look,
you.
a lot of really, really good things happening at FDU.
Good for you,
You've
man.
met a lot of people, too, like in the whole sport. So I'll put you on the hot seat. Who's the best director of basketball operations in the whole country?
Oh, that's no question, Ray Savage.
Hey, Savage.
Hey, did he get you those shirts?
Yeah, he got me the shirts.
Okay,
They're on my
very
desk.
good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Ray
We're
Savage.
hoping to connect with you in
A
Columbus.
family friend. And his brother works here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's him?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
We
Best Dilbo in the country.
Ray. Well, you had a lot of. You were connecting him to some openings as well.
He was on Texas's list. You guys were lucky to keep him.
Ray Savage. So Ray was the third double during my time at FDU. No disrespect to anybody else. Ray probably scoped out the best meals. that we've
Yeah.
ever
Well,
had.
you know,
He does
from
not
Staten
screw
Island. He knows
around.
how to eat. Yeah.
And that sandwich that we got named after us from the deli back home,
Yeah.
that spot, like I can't wait to go try. I think it was called the Night.
Yep.
I got to go try that.
Lurchios. Shout out
Yep.
them, too. Yeah.
Oh, is that Talercios?
Lurchios, yeah.
Nice, yeah. I gotta say, I thought I had a sandwich there.
Yeah, they canceled
Probably
that
not
shit.
anymore. Yeah, they probably
Sorry.
I
Pulled
date Rhea, so I got canceled. Jordan, thank you for joining us. Seriously,
Thank you.
that
Thank
was
you for letting me pop in. This was great.
that was a cool insight, and good luck in Final Four. Hey, if you want to throw anyone to the Roundball podcast in the Final Four, I'm open, you know?
Well, I know a men's basketball coach that took a 16 seed to the round of 32 that may be interested.
Hey, if you want, we're ready whenever you want.
Okay.
All right? I
Check your email
appreciate
this
you.
time, Marty.
What?
Check your email this
I will.
time.
I have his number now, so I
Yes,
checked
yes,
my
yes.
text. I checked my text.
We did exchange numbers. I made sure he locked me in, so he knew who
Yes.
was reaching out to him.
Jordan, you're the best, man.
And I'll be there. Get us a
You.
schedule. I'll be there for opening night.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what. Since you're such a genuine guy, no fee. No fee. Show up early. I'll just take the meal. No fee, and I'll do the clock of the board
We do
for
a
you.
great pizza before the game.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I've had that. Yeah.
Also, get ready for Happy Easter, Happy Halloween, Merry Christmas,
Any
Happy
group chat. You'll be in a
Thanksgiving.
lot
You're
of
gonna
group
get that
chats.
every year from
That's how it
Bosco.
goes.
so.
I love it.
And yeah, I'll do the mop. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll do it for
We'll
free.
take you up on that.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, I'm not. You think we're kidding? Well, I will.
was-
I know. I hope you're not kidding.
All right. We'll be there. All right, Jordan. Thank you so
Awesome.
much,
Thank you,
man.
guys.
Take it easy, man.
That's
Good luck
awesome.
in Houston.
Let me tell you something. People like Jordan make me feel like a piece of shit. He's just a genuine guy, and it's like, you know what? It brings you back. Be a nice guy. That's the cutest human being.
It
to
doesn't
ever-
take anything to be nice. Like, that was the sweetest thing. Like, that made my whole day. Honestly.
No, it
Like,
doesn't
it
take.
really did.
It doesn't take anything to be.
I mean,
nice.
the visual too, though, of just like him and then Glenny's guests walking behind him.
That's Barstool.
Peak Barstool.
Before we get into more college basketball, I want to talk to you about one of our best sponsors, and I think everyone can speak for them. Game Time. Game Time. It's the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Created by fans for fans, Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. Let me just tell you something. Game Time just got me Drake tickets. Drake tickets in June. Drake tickets are very hard to get right now, and Game Time is legitimately the best. I can't speak any more highly of it because I've done it even not even getting it. Like, when I need tickets anywhere, I go straight to Game Time. The big tournament is finally here, and getting tickets to those basketball games couldn't be easier than with the Game Time app. It's possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. Skip the hassle and enjoy the moment. Download the Game Time app or go to the website, enter your email, and redeem code PICS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Redeem code PICS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. It seriously is. I don't know if you guys used it.
Super easy to use.
It's
No, I was just about to ask you. You were able to get like concert tickets through them as well, not
Yeah,
just like.
yes.
Okay, because I want to go see Tyler Childers and sold out in New Orleans, and I'm like, maybe if Game Time
Yeah.
can help me.
Go look that Game Time, because Game Time literally is like, it's the easiest way to navigate for stuff too. It's like they don't screw you. It's the best app there is.
Shout out Game Time.
All right, so let's talk a little college basketball for the rest of the show. My mouth is dry as a bag. All right, so let's look at some Final Four odds first. There's one team that I'm going to look at, and there's the Sweet 16, and they obviously have to win 2 games to get there. I think Houston's going to get upset by Miami.
What are you talking about? You got to win.
I think so too.
Win 2 games to get to the Final Four.
You have to win 2 more to win get to
Oh,
the
you
Final
said
Four.
2 more to get to the Sweet 16. I got you.
Yeah, there's Sweet 16, Lead 8, Final 4. Call us tomorrow.
Said 2 more to get to the Sweet 16. That's what you said.
All right, well, they have to win 2 more games to get to the Final Four. Houston is even money, plus 100 to get to the Final Four. They have Miami and then what? Xavier or Texas?
Yes.
That is a gauntlet to get for plus 100. I think that's an awful bet. I think no one should be touching Houston.
I don't think
for
Bama
that.
has an easy road either, to be honest with you. San Diego State is difficult. The game's going to be hard. And I think Creighton coming out of there instead of Princeton, that's pretty tough too.
100%.
A lot of these teams, like there is no – you look at, K-State, like Izzo and March. Like the Sweet 16 is fascinating. It's some awesome matchups. There's really only one game that I think is a blowout is Creighton-Princeton.
Well, I was thinking. So speaking of Princeton, our good friend Kelly sent me over some stats. Teams off of back-to-back upsets win since 2012, 7-9 straight up, 11-5 ATS, and back-to-back upsets of 7 or more points, 7-0 against the spread.
Wow. So that's Princeton.
That applies obviously to Princeton.
So like last year we were talking about like, because that's like St. Peter's. We're like, all right, they're playing. It's so nice. 15 seed is in a Sweet 16, and they play Purdue. We're like, all right, this is where they get smoked, and then they won. So it's like, is that going to happen? The same thing with it's Creighton.
I think I would bet Creighton. Like I shouldn't say that. I think Creighton's going to win, but I don't want to lay the points. I think Princeton's going to be ugly. I think Princeton can hang with them.
I think Creighton. They're at MSG too, right?
No.
Where are they at?
Wherever Bama's region is, Louisville.
Greensboro?
No, Louisville.
I just think Creighton's going to take this one. I really do. But these odds, I honestly think there's only one team that I would take just for the odds sake, and it would be Miami. Miami's plus 600 to get to the Final Four. And they're one of the worst odds besides Princeton, who's plus 2,300. Like, I don't want to take Tennessee plus 130 to get through it. Like, they have a tough road as well. Like 230 is not enough for me. 130. I'm sorry, they're plus 130. So that's just not enough for me. And then Arkansas is the second team that I would take at plus 300. The rest are not good enough odds for me, honestly, to get to the Final Four.
Rico said that he thinks the only game that's going to be a blowout is K-State. Obviously, I mean.
No, I said Creighton.
I thought you said
Princeton.
K-State. Sorry.
No, that's going to be a war. I mean, go down the list. Like, I guess you can rank all of them. What is there, 8?
Well, let's go through. We're going to go through all the games right now. So I want
to. Like, you can't. If you told me you can only pick one to watch, I think it's really hard because Gonzaga UCLA is unbelievable.
I think that's the game I want to watch.
That's probably the one I would watch. Texas Xavier, I think, is great. I think San Diego State's going to hang with Bama. That's going to be a tough game. Creighton Princeton's way down the list. K-State, those kids at the Garden against Michigan State and Izzo going nuts. Like, that's unbelievable. What's the one I forgot? Listen, it's probably down the list. Arkansas UConn is up the list. What's down the list? Probably Florida Atlantic, Tennessee. But
that's
at a certain point,
I don't care about.
But both of those teams are Sweet 16 games, so it is compelling. Like they've overachieved. It's great. Like best mid-major, a team fighting without their best player. It's like, or one of their best players. It's like
to be like MSG being like, oh, we're licking our chops. We're gonna get Kentucky,
how it always goes.
Duke, Michigan State, all these teams, and or Purdue, and it's just fucking Florida Atlantic against Tennessee. Like that's just, I don't care what anyone says. That's a game I don't care about. It's just not. That's my. I'd rather watch Princeton than Creighton. What'd you say?
So I'm gonna watch it because it's March.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I think it's a sneak. All right, I think it goes low in the draft of the games we want to watch, but it's a sneak up on you game, and you have those in the Sweet 16. You know, I
think that's my last ranked game.
No, I put Creighton Princeton.
I think Princeton Creighton has that little allure of like if Princeton does it, it's fucking crazy again. Like it has a little bit of
allure, and it has better scoring on that team.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get more points with Princeton, versus Tennessee, FAU. Tennessee has the best three ball, and FAU is gonna have to shoot the three. So it's gonna I think they're gonna cancel each other out. It's gonna be boring as shit.
Yes. All right. So let's go through these games thoroughly because it starts tomorrow. And what time does the game start tomorrow?
6:30, MSG.
Wish they started earlier.
So late. That's so late.
I didn't hate that standalone type thing when they did games during the day in the Sweet.
Yeah, no, I like that. Like it's 6 o'clock. Is this what are we doing during the day? You have those standalone games. I like that.
It wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, you got to let people attend. I think they'd be attended anyway.
Yes, people do have to go to work, but
yeah, but it's like people would skip work for this. It's their team.
Well, it's not that bad. I mean, you go 6, 7.
There's a 10 o'clock game.
That's too late. That is entirely too late.
I know it's Vegas, so it's whatever, but it's like it's late.
6, 7, 9, and 10. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's go through the first game.
Well, the problem is you can't start the second one until the other one starts. That's what it is.
Yeah, I know.
It's doubleheader. So.
Yeah.
And if they run late, hit the under, right, Rico?
Yes. Not so much in the Sweet 16. First and second round, it's been a cash factory.
Okay.
Let's start with the first game tomorrow, which is Michigan State, Kansas State. Michigan State is -1.5. I myself am going, and I've been down on them all year, I am going Kansas State here. I'm going Kansas State plus 1.5. I think this spread is looking towards. This is literally Tom Izzo. I think that he's getting this minus 1.5. I think that Kansas State, even though I hate to say it, how Rico's dressed right now, they are more hyped up. They want it more, I think, and I know everyone wants it more. It's the Elite Eight.
Saying that 2 weeks ago.
No, I
God bless you.
I just think that Michigan State already overachieved, which is why I fucking hate the Tom Izzo because he just makes them a 5 to 7 seed when they're like I consider them a blue blood. I know people don't, but it's like they got a 7 seed Sweet 16. Good for you, Tommy. Got a pat on the back. I'm going Kansas State plus 1.5. What are you guys going with?
Right now, I am leaning Michigan State only because, well, one, I was driving this morning and there was a huge truck with a trailer in front of me, and I was like trying to get around it, and it was being annoying as fuck. And it had a huge Spartan on the back of it, and I was like, there we go. That's Tom Izzo. It's March. I guess I have to take Michigan State, but that's not the only reason why. Also, I just think the way that they handled Marquette and how they just neutralized Kolek, they're going to be able to figure something out with this K-State team. Obviously, I'm terrified of Noel. He's fucking fantastic. But again, it's like he's not supposed to be here, which is making me kind of want to bet on him more.
I disagree. Like, so you say they're not supposed to be there. If the seed's held, the 3 is supposed to get to the regional. This is where they're supposed to, if anything.
Down on Michigan State all year long.
No, yeah, you're okay. That's fair.
I expected more out of every year. I expect something out of Tom Izzo and Michigan State, and this year I didn't like betting on them during the regular season. So when I'm saying I'm down on them, that's what I mean. Like I was just haven't been like I wasn't aware that they were going to make it this far with how they played regular season. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking K-State. I do think it's kind of leaning towards super public, like the public underdog. And going against Izzo with preparation is something to definitely worry about. But I just think this team, like I said, this has been the end goal. I think they're just super hyped up. I know they're super hyped up. I think K-State is probably the team, too, you can get behind. I know Michigan State, obviously, they lost a student. They're rallying around that. But, like, you look at K-State. I mean, Tang was an assistant for 18 years. Noel had one offer. Keontae Johnson almost dies on the court. It's a team you can get behind to root for as well. So I would enjoy K-State winning that game.
No.
Yeah. So, but I'm worried. As far as betting, it's very, very public.
I didn't know which side. Do y'all think this is going to be like how Duke was? Like just everyone's going to be on K-State?
I think so. Although it's weird though, because Izzo, I can see Izzo getting a lot of action. But I think the way the money's leaning right now, K-State's a public dog.
And then if all the money's on K-State, and then the line was -2, now it's -1.5. Why is the line moving?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a weird game. It's an awesome game, I think. Really good guard play, which will be what we've all said that is a recipe to win March.
Which is why we like Miami.
Yes, 100%. Second game we're going to get into is UConn -4 against Arkansas. And
Am I crazy to think that Arkansas could win?
I am going money line on the Must bus.
Okay, thank you. I'm not the only one.
They can definitely win.
They can definitely win. 4 points to UConn is
toss up.
And also, this game is at 4:15 in the afternoon, so you have to look at that maybe over unders wise. Like time changes, they got there last night. But I'm Arkansas +4 and money line. I don't know. I think they match up pretty well. I think they need to Sonogo. It's only going to be the problem, I think.
Yeah, he's the only one that scares me.
Yeah,
because I think he's a difference maker. He's been having just a fucking day.
Arkansas's the brothers, the twin brother, the Mitchell, the McCott, whatever their names are. They can handle him, but I think that Anthony Black is going to have a really good game. Hopefully his ankle's okay. And I don't know what they do with Nick Smith Jr. He was a top 10 recruit, this guy. He's been hurt all year. He's an amazing scorer. He's horrible at defense. He played 15 minutes against Kansas. And he deleted his Instagram and his Twitter after they beat the number 1 seed.
30.
So that was weird to me. But I don't know. I think that Arkansas is my play here. Is it Megan, it's yours? Is it your Rico, or are you going UConn?
No, I'm not playing the game. The three that I like are
Well, don't go 3. We're going, going next. This is a game
I'm not playing it, but I mean, Sonogo inside is definitely going to be a problem. But listen, Muss is turning himself into I shouldn't say turning himself. Like, I guess he always have it in him. But as the pieces unfold, I mean, he's just an unbelievable tournament coach. He's an unbelievable tournament.
He's looking at his 3rd straight Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Which is outrageous with Arkansas, where no one really talked. When's the last time?
I would consider Sean Miller a really, 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 really good coach. He's got 3 total Elite Eights.
Yeah. That is,
you go 3 Elite
in
Eights
a row.
That's
also with Arkansas, where he also made Arkansas into who they are. Like, when's the last time we talked about Arkansas?
94.
Yeah, that's.
They were another program that had a lot of bad years in between. Go look up like their seeds. They weren't. I don't remember them ever being really good. At all.
Next game is Tennessee -5.5.
Miami has been built like that since the get-go, but a lot of people aren't still respecting Miami because they're still 50-1 to win the whole thing.
Yeah. Yes. Well, you know what we're talking about right now?
Barstool Sportsbook.
That is exactly what we're talking about. Today's show is brought to you by Barstool Sportsbook. Nobody cares about your bracket, and that's why you need to download the Barstool Sportsbook. Who really needs a bracket when you can just bet on all the action, and the Barstool Sportsbook is the best place to start. Now offering a $100 sign-up bonus for new users. Sign up today using code Tourney, then place a $10 or more cash wager on any college basketball bet. Win or lose, receive $100 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today, and be sure to use code Tourney to unlock your $100 in bonus cash. Also, I mean, if you don't want to wait till tomorrow, we have the GPS tonight. You still have time if you can vote on the Barstool Sportsbook Twitter. Vote on who you want as a third person in it. Big Ev has a bet. Everyone has a bet. There's so many good boosts. The Jay and Elio have a bet, so go do that. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. The last 2 games before we get into our picks are Princeton, Creighton. Creighton's -10.
It got up to 10.
10's crazy.
How about that? I think Creighton's got a lot of pressure too.
They do. It's a bad. It's
Can you imagine a regional final of San Diego State and Princeton?
That would be
a very real possibility.
Awful. That would be absolutely awful. I am going to bet Creighton here as -10. I think they blow them out. I think that's a nightmare matchup, but it's so stupid to say. But as a Creighton fan, I 100% think that they would rather play Purdue.
Creighton?
Is that who they'd be playing?
No.
Who is
Arizona?
Arizona. I think they'd rather be playing Arizona.
I don't know about that.
I think so.
You mean always take the easier game?
You take the easier game, but there is a lot of fucking.
I don't know. You asked me if there's more pressure. There's more pressure.
There's more pressure playing them. They're the underdog in that game, where it's like, all right, we can beat Arizona, but no one expects us to. Where it's like, all right, now we have to beat fucking. I obviously you want to play Princeton. I understand. I'm making a joke, but it's also like there's a lot of pressure. If you don't beat Princeton, you're a joke.
Yeah.
You know, but I think. Do you like Creighton -10, Megan? Or you like Princeton plus?
I don't want to lay 10, especially with that stat that I just read off before the internet went out. But I like Creighton to win. Like if I could just take them in like a money line parlay if they weren't so juiced, that'd be nice. But -10 just doesn't sound like something.
10's a lot. Sweet 16 game, you don't want to lay 10 ever. Why don't you go to a coffee shop and do the show?
It was actually on our end, Marty.
I know. I don't care who's ending. I'm just making this joke. Thanks, Booze.
Maybe we'd be better off going to a coffee shop.
Yeah, why don't y'all go to a coffee shop? All of you.
You know, it'd be really funny if we went to a coffee shop and just had no headphones, nothing. We just fucking. I can't believe he does that. It's an outrageous. I saw. Did you see Quigs or someone tweeted that there was
outrageous guy
he was just doing it again after he got kicked out?
Yeah, Jack Mack tweeted it.
Jack Mack is like, I have a source. Like just seeing another person at a coffee shop being like, look at this fucking crazy person doing live shows at a coffee shop with no headphones in. Doing it with headphones in is crazy in itself because you got to talk the whole time. But doing it without is just the most crazy thing I've ever heard.
Mincy likes a live crowd.
He loves
He
it.
does. He does.
He'd
And
be
there's
better off
nothing
going to
wrong
a
with Mincy
library.
likes in the crowd.
I almost love how much he doesn't understand. Do you think he doesn't understand or he doesn't care?
Y'all, I've seen his house. He has a nice studio setup. I don't know I don't know how he doesn't have internet with it, but it's like 2 monitors. It's like he's got a setup.
He also lives in one of the most populated places where they definitely have good Wi-Fi. Like,
I think he's maybe using his neighbors, and it's like shorting out.
yeah, he's like, oh, those fucking neighbors turning off on me again. They know I'm stealing it. Last game before we get to picks, Xavier, Texas. Again, we'll get into these more thoroughly on Friday, but Xavier, Texas minus 4.5.
Just don't.
I know
sleep
you
on
both
Xavier.
love Xavier. You both
I have
do.
a future on Xavier and Miami both to go the Final Four and to win. So obviously I'm in kind of a pickle. But I really like Xavier. I like them all year long. That was the first future that I put in like 3 months ago. There's something about this team that I love so much, but also I'm terrified of Texas just absolutely going out there and steamrolling them. But there's going to be a lot of points, I think. Lots of points in this game. So maybe
the one thing that you do have on your side is that Marcus Carr, you have no idea what you're going to get from.
No.
You can get
at the Jimmy V, he was the worst player on the floor. The worst.
You can get
I know it's been a while, but he's been really good in the tournament. But it's like, this guy can be up and fucking down.
You get 2 or 30. That's the thing. You don't know.
A lot of turnovers too. Like sometimes he could dribble the air out of it. Suli Boom is like quietly. I feel like people would be like, "Ooh, Marcus Carr has the advantage there." Like Suli Boom is fucking good.
Marcus Carr probably does have the advantage, but Suli Boom is very good.
And shout out the dude in the middle, Jack Nungy is no fucking slouch.
Oh, Nungy's great. It's a big fuck. But Texas also has a very good big as well. I don't know. It's a good. I think I'm on Texas.
Well, obviously, too, like the Texas situation with the interim coach, I know he's done a fantastic job. Lost only 1 game since the whole Chris Beard situation.
Yeah.
Now that's this guy, so that's funny. But I mean, Sean Miller and Xavier, I've just loved them all year, and
They're a fun team.
Well, you know those teams that just stick in your gut, and
Yes.
there's not a real reason for it. You just love them. Well, there was a real reason for it, but it's just there's better teams out there. But I just have come to love Xavier, and I've been saying it.
Yeah. So I have Texas at 13-1. I have Marquette's lost. That's about Arkansas 50-1.
Nice ticket.
And then I have Creighton 25-1. That's not bad for that.
I got Bama and Creighton at 25 and Xavier at 55.
So you obviously Texas I took right before. I just like their draw the best, 13-1 whatever. It's just nothing better than when you
I'm holding all of them from January.
I'm holding Arkansas from when does it say you bet it?
On the top of the slip, I think.
Oh, yes. Mine's Arkansas's from February and Creighton is from February as well. That's the best when you do that. When you do it in February,
Creighton's February too, but
when you do in February before the tournament, you don't know they're drawing anything. You just feel so fucking smart.
You feel so
but
smart.
nothing's worse than having Kansas. Kansas at 15 was the greatest price you could have.
Yeah,
and you go in and you're like,
but
that's a bad
you
draw.
don't feel as smart though for Kansas. Where you feel smart, where Xavier, you guys feel. I feel smart for Arkansas. That is such a sharp bet where it's you don't get that number anywhere, and a Miami one too. Miami you could still get, which I think I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
Dude, I would love for Miami to win that.
I think Miami beats
Larinaga.
I love it. Let's do our picks quick.
Do you think Larinaga could be the guy we need to get to a championship game to get it moved off of 9:18 Eastern? They'd be like, okay, coach, we'll move it to 8:18 for you.
Yeah, probably.
You ain't making bedtime. Double up the
it's
pens.
Always it's
he does double up the
such an
depends.
old guy at such a cool school, and his players are so cool. It's just a weird thing. My picks quick are UAB money line and Eastern Kentucky plus 5.5. I also have the GPS where you can again go bet on it. Right now it's hit 2 in a row.
I'll take the Knicks plus 1.5. I know I didn't text it in. I didn't think I'd make it back in time, but I'll take the Knicks plus the 1.5 going on the road to Miami. Knicks playing well. Knicks.
Megan.
I have UAB money line and Utah Valley money lines. So we'll be playing in the NIT today, boys.
Yes. It's a good show. We're going to do more college basketball tomorrow, a little deeper dive into those games because they will be streaming from New York Thursday through Sunday. Another long weekend of basketball, which will be fantastic. I think Brandon will be back tomorrow. I don't know where Big Ev is, so he should be back as well. Shout out Jordan. That
Nice kid.
was a
I love that man.
he just makes it. When people say like making an impact somewhere,
Like that, no, just
'Cause, like,
take me out.
sometimes I wish because if you say that here, you'll probably get fired. So
Or like laughed out the door.
yeah, if like Rico said like I just want to have an impact here, be like, oh, you're a loser. That's what we get here. Like when he says it, Jordan, it feels like it's genuine. So good for him. That's a show, and we'll be back tomorrow. See you guys. Yak's up next.